Good morning, students. Welcome to Pandya Sir's virtual class on microeconomics, class 11 students. Yesterday we discussed about consumer equilibrium and two different approach, that is utility approach, that is also called cardinal approach and ordinal approach. Of course, we have not in detail discussed either of the approaches, but the pre-requirements in order to understand both approaches, we need to be acquainted with certain terms and certain concepts, and we are discussing those concepts now. So, marginal utility. What is utility? We have already discussed that the one satisfying power of any goods and services is called utility, and because goods and services have utility, that's why we consume those goods and services. So, how does a consumer attain equilibrium? In order to understand that, we must first understand what is marginal utility and what is total utility. Two different concepts related to utility. Utility is nothing but one satisfying power of a goods or services. So, you can see here in this table, this is a number of goods, that unit of goods that we are consuming. Suppose we are consuming banana, or suppose we are consuming samosa, then this is first samosa, this is second one, this is third one, fourth one, and so on. So when we are consuming the first banana, then we are getting 8 utils of utility. Yesterday also we discussed about the unit that is used to express or to express the measurability or the measure of utility, that is util. So from the first banana we are getting 8 utils of utility. From second banana we are getting 6 utils of utility. From third banana we are getting 4 utils of utility. From fourth banana we are getting 2 utils. From fifth banana we are getting 0 utils, and from sixth banana we are getting a negative utility. So what we can conclude here is that there are some points that we need to understand, and we need to remember that as we are going on consuming unit after unit of a particular goods, then what is happening to the resultant utilities that we are derived from it? It is going on falling. That is, of course, yet another subject, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. Why marginal utility goes on diminishing as we continue our consumption of a particular goods, that we will be discussing just after this point. So we notice that the marginal utility is falling. So what is marginal utility? Marginal utility belong to the utility derived from the consumption of a single unit of goods or services. Here, the marginal utility that we are deriving from the first banana is 8. The marginal utility of second banana is 6. The marginal utility of third banana is 4. So this is about the concept of marginal utility. And as you can see here, the formula of total utility, that summation of marginal utilities is total utility. So from first one we are getting 8. So total utility is also 8 because we have consumed only 1 unit of banana. So when we consume the second unit of banana, in totality we have already consumed 2 bananas, and from first one the marginal utility we derived is 8. And the second one, the marginal utility we derived is 6 util. So adding both, what we got is that 8 plus 6 equal to 14. So the total utility of 2 bananas is 14 utils. The same way, by adding 14 plus 4 is the total utility of 3 bananas is 18. 18 plus 2 is the total utility of 4 bananas is 20. 20 plus 0 is the total utility of 5 bananas is 20, and because here onwards the marginal utility is turning into negative, then here 20 plus minus 2, that is 18. So what we can see here, that marginal utility diminishes, it can become zero and it can become negative. But here you can see total utility, it goes on increasing till marginal utility falls up to zero. And after that, when marginal utility becomes minus or negative, the total utility starts falling. And how to derive marginal utility from total utility and total utility from marginal utility? You can see here the formula. Total utility can be derived from marginal utility by adding up all the marginal utilities of the unit of goods that we have already consumed. But how to derive marginal utility from total utility? You can see the formula. We have got two formula to derive marginal utility from total utility. The first formula is total utility of n number of goods minus total utility of n minus 1 number of goods. From this table, just to try to understand, suppose you are asked that what is the marginal utility that we are deriving from the third unit of consumption. So here the n, that is number of goods, is 3 and n minus 1, that is 3 minus 1 equal to 2. So we need to subtract the total utility of 2 units of utility from the total utility of 3 units of utility, that is 18 minus 14. 18 total utility of 3 units minus 14 total utility of 2 units, and we will get the MU of the third unit, that is the third unit is 4. So 18 minus 14 equal to 4. So this is how we derive marginal utility from total utility. And the next formula that we are getting to derive marginal utility from total utility is del TU. Del stands for a change in. Change. You see here, from 8 to 14 it is changing, from 14 to 18 it is changing. So del stands for a change in. Change in total utility by change in the unit of goods. So here again coming to what is the marginal utility of third unit, how to derive it using the second formula, del TU. Del TU means from 14 to 18, that is how much it is changing. 18 minus 14 equal to, so here del TU is 4 upon del U. So from 2 to 3, what is it? The number of units that is changing, 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So 4 by 1 equal to 4. Thus we got the marginal utility of the third unit of consumption is 4. So this is how we derive marginal utility from total utility by following the first formula. Total utility, marginal utility is nothing but TU of n minus TU of n minus 1, where n stands for number of consumption, or we can use the formula marginal utility is nothing but del TU, that is a change in total utility by change in number of consumption. These two formulas can be used to find marginal utility. So now we will try to understand diagrammatically the relationship between TU and MU. As you can see here, MU is continuously falling. That's why it's a straight line, and the rate of falling is constant, that is 8 to 6, 6 to 4. Here the change is always 2 by 2 units. So when del y by del x is a constant, the line is a linear line. We have already discussed this. That's why here marginal utility curve is a linear or straight line falling downwards from left to right. And here when it touches x-axis, axis, MU becomes 0, and if further we continue to consume, then MU becomes minus, and the marginal utility curve goes beyond the x-axis, that is down of the x-axis. So this is the nature of marginal utility curve. And what is happening to total utility? Up to a point till marginal utility becomes 0, total utility is going on increasing. So from here, total utility is increasing and increasing. Here it reaches its maximum. That is 20 is the maximum. After that it would start falling. That's why here we are getting a downward sloping curve from left to right. So that thus the nature of total utility curve is first it will go on increasing, then it will attain a maximum point, and after that it would start falling. So that you can see here, when it is becoming maximum, mu becomes 0. When tu becomes maximum, that is 20, mu is 0, and afterward mu becomes negative and tu starts falling. From here, mu becomes negative and tu starts falling, the corresponding line. So this is the relationship between mu and tu, and we try to discuss the relationship between mu and tu diagrammatically. Our next discussion will be the law of diminishing marginal utility, which is also called Bujens first law of consumption, and it is a very important law in economics. You need to understand in detail, and it would take an entire class. So that's why this much for today. And go through the book, go through the notes, and try to understand the relationship between tu and mu. Thank you and have a nice day.